In today's economy, everyone seems to be looking for a side hustle to bring in just a couple hundred extra dollars a month. What if I told you that there are companies out there that will legitimately pay you cash to just drive around and take some photos? Now, if you're retired and you're looking for some extra income, this could be the perfect side hustle for you. As I said, I'm going to share today some legitimate apps that will pay you anywhere from $20 to $100 to just take photos. Most assignments are straightforward. You just accept the job, you follow the instructions, you take a few photos, you upload it to the app, answer a few questions, and then you get paid. Now, most of these jobs can be completed in 15 to 30 minutes max. And one of the things the retirees appreciate most is the flexibility. You work when you want to, you accept what job you want to, and it's totally up to you on how much money you make. Hello, friends. If you're new here and want to be my friend, just hit subscribe and we'll be friends. I'm Rose, and today I want to share with you 8 apps that legitimately pay you to take photos and upload them with your phone. Now, the first 3 I'm going to share with you are apps that I've actually used and still use, and I can attest to how easy it is to earn $20 to $100 for each job that you accept. One of the most popular apps is Proxypics. Mortgage companies, banks, and insurance companies, they need someone to verify that a property still exists or the condition of the property. Instead of hiring a local inspector, they often use people like you and me. Now, most jobs involve driving to a property, taking photos of the exterior, answering a few questions, and uploading those photos, and then you get paid. Now, one job I did on Proxypics paid $60, and this was a Chipotle parking lot. So it was a brand new Chipotle that was built, and they wanted me to go out and take pictures of the exterior. They were wanting to document the current condition of that property. So I took pictures of the perimeter wall, of the parking lot itself. They wanted to know how many parking spots there were, and the general condition, like were there cracks, potholes, was the surrounding perimeter wall, was it in good condition, was it crumbling, was it faded? And I just took those pictures, and each time I took a photo, it would tell you what the next photo is that they wanted. Now, they also had you take a picture of the street corner to show that you were actually at the location that they wanted you to go to, along with the address, and then you take a picture of the outside of the building so that they can determine that it is the exact building that they wanted you to take a picture of. Now, this took me, I think it was maybe 20 minutes, and like I said, I got paid $60 just to take those pictures. Another excellent app is WeGoLook. This one offers a wider variety of inspections, and you might photograph a recreation vehicle, verify equipment at a business, inspect a vehicle identification number, or simply confirm that an item exists. And some assignments pay considerably more depending on what it is and how extensive the photos need to be. One of the jobs I accepted on WeGoLook was actually at an auto body shop, and I went out there, introduced myself, told them I was with WeGoLook and I needed to look at a certain vehicle, and they took me to that vehicle in the back, and I took photos following the app's instructions and documented the existing damage caused from the accident, but also any pre-existing damage that may have been on the vehicle, including rust or wear and tear on that vehicle. So when I took those photos, I actually had to get inside the vehicle as well and take some photos of the interior. And that one actually paid, I believe that was about $80. And I spent probably 45 minutes there because it was such detailed photos that they wanted. Now, if you enjoy driving around and meeting people, WeGoLook is a really good app for that, because a lot of times you're going into a business and asking to see an asset so that you can take photos of that. So it's good to meet people that way and just kind of talk, especially if you're a retiree and you don't get out that much. It's a good way to interact with people. An app that's becoming even more popular is iVueIt. Companies hire people to visit homes, commercial buildings, parking lots, and businesses, and take photos to document property conditions. These photos are used by lenders, insurance companies, real estate professionals, and property management companies. And I've done a lot of these jobs. Several of them you're just going out to see how the property is maintained on the exterior, such as the landscaping. And a lot of companies use that to make sure that the landscapers are actually maintaining the property. So they might ask you to take pictures of, it sounds kind of funny, about how tall the grass is. So you'll need a measuring stick. And they just want to take a picture and see how tall is the grass. Like maybe it was supposed to be cut a few days ago, and they would just want to make sure that before they pay the company. They also might ask you if a building was painted recently, to take certain photos to make sure that it was a quality job. Now, I've also gone to several homes where they were getting a mortgage, and they wanted me to take pictures of the exterior of the home to make sure that it looked the way they thought it looked, to make sure that the value was there before they approved the mortgage. And those kind of jobs, you don't really interact with anybody unless they happen to be out. Like I said, the mortgage ones, I just took pictures of the exterior of the home. There's been a few occasions where I've gone to a property and maybe the owner was outside. So I would introduce myself and say, this is what I'm doing. I'm here on behalf of the mortgage company. I need to take a few photos. And they're more than happy to let you walk around the property, into the backyard, do whatever you need to do. Maybe even take pictures of the exterior, like the fencing, to see if they have a pool. Now, if you used any of these apps that I just mentioned, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and if you thought they were fairly easy and if they paid straightforward, because I found these three that I just talked about all paid very quickly. So you do get paid on a weekly basis. You don't get paid the day you do the job, or at least I didn't. But you do get paid fairly quickly, and you can have it sent to your bank account. Now, I understand you can also probably get it through PayPal, but then there's fees associated with that, so I don't do that. I just have it sent right to my bank, so it's a direct deposit. Now, there's a few others I'm going to talk to you about that I have not used at all, and these are more retail-based or business-based, and that's just not something, I don't like to shop, so these are kind of apps where you go in and you're like a secret shopper, or you're going in to photograph how a certain product is being displayed to make sure that it's displayed in the manner that the product manufacturer wanted it displayed. Maybe it was which shelf it was on, what height shelf, or where, if it was on an end cap, and also to make sure that it was kept neat and that the products were in a row and there was more than one product available. The first one's called GigaWalk or GigWalk. And it isn't limited to inspections. These companies hire people to verify product displays, as I said, to photograph the retail shelves, also to check the business locations, or do a quick audit of the product. The next one is called Field Agent. With Field Agent, you visit local stores, you answer a few questions, you take some pictures, and occasionally you purchase the product, and then you're reimbursed for that. Okay, another one is called Observa. Observa works with retailers that need updated photos of displays, shelves, and promotional products. So another one is called Premise. Premise pays you to collect local information. So you may be taking photographs of the business, confirming the store hours, checking prices, or answering just a simple survey. Finally, there's Merchandiser by Survey. Now, this app combines merchandising with photo documentation. So you may straighten displays, take before and after photos, or verify that products are stocked correctly. Now, before you download every app, I want to share with you a few tips that could help you make money. So don't rely on just one app. I have the three apps that I told you about, Proxypics, WeGoLook, and iVueIt. I download all three of those because you may get some jobs on one, and then the other one, you don't have very many jobs available in your area, depending on how far you want to travel. So when you have at least three that you really like, you have more of an opportunity to make money and to accept the jobs that you want to accept. You can also combine jobs that are closer together so that you're not traveling far distances. You can cluster jobs. And a lot of the jobs that are just checking on landscaping, you'll find that there's a whole bunch of them on the same corner. There's 4 businesses on that same corner, and maybe the same landscape company does all 4 of those. And most importantly, if you want to keep earning good money, you want to build a good reputation with these companies. So when you accept a job, you want to make sure you complete that job. Some of the jobs have a time limit where they say, once you accept it, you have 2 days to complete it. Some of them may say, this is a rush job, we need it done by tomorrow morning, and they may pay a little extra. And it may even say that there's a bonus involved if you accept it. Now, these jobs do give you a pay assigned for each job that you accept. So it's not a surprise how much you'll get paid. And a lot of times you'll find that a job will show up and it'll be like $20 and you'll think, that's not worth $20. It's not worth my effort. And then you'll see if no one's accepted it, it's gone up to $30 and then $40 and $60. And that's how I got some of the higher paying jobs that I accepted, is because nobody else wanted them. Another thing I found is if you get on these apps and you have more than just one or two of them, you'll find that there's certain times that you can get the best jobs, and that is while people are working. So as a retiree, you have a benefit to looking at these apps in the morning while people are at work and accepting those jobs before they get off work to see them and accept them. Also, when school's in, college kids will accept these jobs. So when they're out of school for the summer, it's harder to get the jobs. But while they're back in school and they're studying, you can accept these jobs and you can get the easy money. One of the bigger benefits of this is there's no boss, there's no schedule, and you have the flexibility to do what you want when you want. No one's pressuring you. If you just want to work one day a week, you can do that. If you want to work every day, you can do that. If you just want to do part-time, occasional work to get some beer money, it's up to you. But you can also work pretty much full-time if you want to accept all those jobs and just keep going and making the money going to the different inspections. Some of the inspections are even at nighttime, where you're just taking a picture of an illuminated sign to show that it is or is not illuminated. So if you've ever used any of these apps, I'd really love to know what you think of them. So please leave in the comment which apps you've used, which ones you think are more, that pay more, which ones are easier to use. Some of them are a little more technical, but a lot of them just walk you through it step by step. So please leave a comment and share your opinion of these apps or other ones that you know of that I did not even touch on. But these are the top 8 that I'm aware of. And as I said, the top 3 I use all the time. The other ones I haven't used, but I have heard really good reviews on them, as I do follow up to see which ones are out there in case I want to put another app on my phone. So anyways, I hope you have a great day. Please like and share and comment and subscribe, and I'll see you real soon.